super fantasy authors take on a sadistic games master. Will they survive? Authors and Dragons! Authors and Dragons!
Hey everybody, I'm John Hartness, and I'll be playing the role of Fandango the Fantastical. And for some reason, this time I'm on fire. I don't like this at all. In real life, I write a lot of different things, including the Bubba the Monster Hunter books, the Black Knight Chronicles, and the Quincy Harker Demon Hunter series. And I am the founder and publisher of Falstaff Books, so get out there and buy stuffs.
Hi, I'm Joseph Barassi. I play the role of Bjorg Bjornsson, enthusiastic and violent positive masculinity barbarian. I was an author on the Mongoliad books. My novels Skyfarer and Dragon Road can be found from Angry Robot Books. And I am the author of such non-existent titles as Willy Wanka. That chocolate cream pie ain't chocolate cream pie.
Hey everyone, my name is Rick Gualtieri and I play Silas Kane, the world's greatest paladin, on Opposite Day. In real life, I write several series, including Bill of the Dead, Toma Bill, and the Hybrid of High Moon. But my newest release is Devil Hunters, which at long last is out on audio. Go to audible.com and check that out.
Hello, friends. My name is Robert Bevan, and I play the role of Batman. In real life, I write the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories, starting with the first book, Critical Failures. I also write many of the books in our Shingles series, and I'm gonna call you out here, Joe. If Willy Wanka, I'm gonna give you this one because it's yours, but there's a time limit on that, and then I'm gonna write it.
Hi there, I'm Steve Weverill, and I play Brandon Fymaster, a monk, and currently doubling as a trap detector. In real life, I write such books as the Doomsayer Journeys with Falstaff Books, the latest of which is The Endless Adventures of Hand and Strike, which you can find on Amazon.
Greetings, everyone. I am Drew Hayes, the faulty compass on this shit excursion that we call Authors and Dragons, also known as the Dungeon Master, also known as author of books such as Superpowers, NPCs, and Fred the Vampire Accountant, the latest of which, Out of House and Home, is now available in audiobook. And hey, I also wrote some of the Shingles books, and my latest, Action Cadabra, is in there along with Bob's and R.E. Carr's in the Shingles audio collection, Volume 6, which is also now available. Oh, that was a big one. But before we go into the game for today, I'm going to throw back to Bob to talk about the latest project he did for the Shingles the Movie Indiegogo.
Hello again, friends. So, last Saturday night, I got on a live Facebook, YouTube, Discord, what have you, and I read the first book in the Shingles series all the way through, The Ghost of Hooker Alley, while you fine people gave us a bunch of money, and that worked out really nicely. I got about halfway through my second book in the series, Terror on Hypo Beach. Unfortunately, I kind of nodded off before we finished all the fun butt stuff. However, I believe we're gonna have some more treats for you just like this. I think Rick is getting on next to read some of his Shingles, and perhaps some other folks will join in. I'm almost certainly going to do another one before all is said and done. Did I even mention what all this was for?
What is it all for?
Thank you for asking, Rick. It is for the Indiegogo campaign for Shingles the Movie, a project that is currently being funded. You can go fund that now, or fund it while Rick is reading his stuff, or while other people are reading their stuff, whatever. Just make this happen. We've got the script, we've got plans, we've got a director, Steve Rudzinski from Karis Hell. This shit is coming together. It's, in fact, you know what? I'm gonna say something's gonna happen. We've raised money enough to where something is gonna happen now. That something can be better with more funding. So So make it happen. Bring it home. The end.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Bob. And yeah, that was a great time. I got to pop in and watch. I'm really excited to see what Rick does. I'm hoping to do one myself when time permits. And we've got a few other things. I think we're working on doing a live run of the special A&D Power Hour that up until now has only been seen at Authors and Dragons Con. I think we're going to stream that to the YouTube. And we've got we teased something in the last side quest that people are really responding to. So if you want to know what that is, maybe go check out the last side quest. But, before that, let's get back into the game. So when last we left our intrepid adventurers, they were walking around just dealing with traps in the only way that this party seems to know how to.
Face first!
Walking right on it. And Brandon Thighmaster, in that regard, it is your turn.
Okay, you say it's the only way we have of dealing with traps.
Yeah, everybody thinks they're a rogue.
I was just about to say, it's like, yeah, it is the only way we have of dealing with traps. What with our rogue away on an important business, I guess.
Running along the ceiling.
Yeah,
The roof,
just brooding on a rooftop. Which, that's like 90% of what Batman does. But we really need them for like the other 10% right now. Anyway, with that in mind...
Do you guys have faces?
Less of one than I did 2 traps ago.
Some faces are more valuable than others. I'm going to meander through this doorway. Nobody's going to put 2 traps in a room, right? That'd be ridiculous overkill.
Who would possibly do such a thing? And remember, don't forget to mark your paths on this one.
Okay. I don't know how much rubble I'm under.
That's right, you were under rubble. Let's check the rules for rubble. Oh, yeah, you were okay. It just deals damage when it lands, so.
Okay.
All right. Brandon Thighmaster, just for, fun, why don't you roll me a perception check?
Perception check coming up. It's a 13.
Okay, well then. The intelligence check is not necessary. So as you step...
Is it ever really necessary?
As you step into the room and you walk across a area of the floor that kind of looks a little less dusty and a little less kind of trafficked upon than maybe some of the other bits, it immediately swings open and opens to reveal a pit, which you would go plummeting down.
This is the opposite of the ceiling collapsing.
Yes, it is. So do you have anything that negates or affects falling damage?
Yeah, I'm awesome. Slow fall. So, beginning at 4th level, you can use your reaction when you fall to reduce any falling damage you take by an amount equal to 5 times your monk level. My monk level being whatever level we're currently at.
Might I recommend checking your character sheet?
I am a level 10 monk.
All right, so that would be 50 points of damage that you can negate.
That's true.
So you fall 20 feet down, which is 2d10, and you land onto some spikes. But I am going to reduce the damage of the spike since you're not falling at full speed. So, 8 falling damage, which you have the ability to reduce entirely with your reaction, and 5 damage from spiky spikes that go pointy into your body.
I really need to work on my spike damage negation.
It feels like that should be a monk ability, right?
Yeah, check again at 11th level.
All right. Well, while Brandon Thighmaster is getting comfortable, Klaus, you have the high ground.
Excellent. All right,
Obviously not the moral.
I'm going to continue going south until I run out of movement or reach an edge.
Okay. What's your movement speed?
30, yes.
All right, if you want
1, 2,
to
3,
double
4,
move.
5. Oh, yeah. Okay, 6. All right, that's one move, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all the while, I would like to percept trap or anything I can see, any kind of rooftop features.
You can do a general perception. You can't do investigation while you're double moving,
Oh,
though.
well,
That's a little too involved.
All right, I'll do a general perception because I haven't seen shit yet.
Yep, all right. Throw a perception.
Klaus rolls a 10.
Okay, you see roof and ocean.
All right, nothing here.
Plenty of both.
Nice. I hope everybody's okay downstairs.
You have watched Brandon trigger a enormous pile of rubble to fall down and then casually saunter through a door.
Alright. Bjorg is gonna kind of like pause and go, you really need to, work on that and not having things fall on you. It's not a good look. That's not good for you. It's not healthy.
Way ahead of you.
Echoes up from the pit. Okay. He's gonna walk to the edge of the pit and look down and go, well, that definitely didn't work.
No, don't come down here. It's boring.
Spiky, isn't spiky the opposite of boring?
It gets old pretty quickly.
Bjorg will, I believe he has some rope on him, so he's gonna throw a rope down.
Okie dokie.
Brandon will give a thumbs up.
Get up here, come on. You're of no use to anybody in the bottom of a pit covered in spikes.
That's true. It's very difficult to see me down here.
We will, we'll see how Brandon's climb to freedom goes on his turn. But for now, Silas Kane, you are gazing at the majesty of an ocean. How dare it exist?
Yeah, Silas is kind of mad because the second he steps away, divine judgment falls on his friend. So he's going to turn around and head back in there.
I want to fall down the pit trap too.
All right, so I guess I will double move.
Okie dokie.
I'll go around burning.
How un-Silas-like of you.
Well, I mean, it's not like I stopped to help him.
That's true.
Oh shoot, did I just basically abandon Fendigo on fire?
I mean, you're not a healer. What are you going to do? Hit the fire?
You assume he knows what he's doing.
Throw dirt on him.
Trust me, he deserves this and more.
Speaking of Fendingo.
Hi. Ouch. I want to get out of the fucking fire.
Probably a good call. You going to go through or back?
Is there a door directly to the east of me?
Door directly to the east of you. Nope. There is water that kind of has seeped in, and then there's a door to your north where you came through, back in the room where Brandon triggered the pileup. But the only way forward that you had seen is now covered in the burning landscape that you triggered.
Then yeah, I want to go through that. But I want to go
before you move. Let me offer you this. You're going to burn in hell for all eternity, so why not just start getting used to it now?
Reasonable. I mean, look, it's not the first time I've had a burning sensation. Usually it's when I pee, but whatever.
All right. Fendingo, you're going to take 4d6 from stepping through that, so that's 12 fire damage.
Ow!
But you are luckily through. Don't forget to mark your movement.
Okay, can you ping on the map where the door is that I'm trying to get to?
Oh, sure. Sorry. It's basically right here through the center of the fireball.
Oh, so it is directly to the east of me.
Oh, I definitely mixed up east and west.
Fair enough. That happens.
Yeah. It's, to the south of you, but yes. Yes.
East, west, it's all the same.
So you can go south or you can go back, but this is a wall. To your east is a wall.
I got it.
I'm going to put you back.
Okay.
And I will let you chart your own path.
Okay, so since going through the fire didn't kill me, I will go over here and then southward.
All right. I'm going to move you slightly in because you were kind of riding the wall there. All right. I'm also going to need a perception check from you.
I perceive that I'm on fire with a 19.
Okay. As you step into the room, you also spot that there is a wire over here that seems to be running to something.
I can't see whatever you pinged.
Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. There is a wire over here.
Okay.
So, with that perception in mind, you get that as soon as you walk in. Would you like to alter your route?
Now I see what the door... I see that as soon as I walk in. Then, as soon as I see that and am not standing in fire, I want to stop and try to investigate where that wire is going and maybe not set myself on fire again.
Okay. Roll me an investigation.
Nat 20.
Wow. Okay. That is a great use of a nat 20. So you look at the wire and you kind of trail along the room. You're like, all right. I have seen several traps by this point. I kind of know what to look for. And oh my god, there's a lot of loose rubble around that ceiling. Yeah, that's definitely going to drop ceiling stuff on me the second I cross past here.
Okay. Then I will wait right here and not do that right now.
You may attempt to disable it.
Okay. I'll try that.
The DC is a lot, or you have disadvantage since you don't have thieves' tools.
And having walked through several of these traps, it feels like it's a pressure plate kind of thing, that any significant pressure in the right area will trigger the trap, right?
Yeah. Several of these have been pressure-based.
Like the two that I have set off and set myself on fire have been wires and pressure-based.
Yeah, basically everything has had a wire connecting that could be disabled if it were seen and, taken care of.
Okay. I don't have enough action left in my turn to handle this shit right now. I know how to deal with this, but I'll just wait till my next turn.
Hey, you spotted the trap before walking into it, which I think is
growth.
Almost the first time this has happened, except for that first fireball. And that one still ultimately got triggered.
I think I also saw the wire for the second one and still walked into
Not
it.
in time.
But yeah,
all right.
I know how to deal with this, and I'll wait till my next turn.
Yep. All right. Brandon Thighmaster.
Okay, Brandon will he'll put a hand on the rope to, not make Bjorg feel silly at all, and then just run up the wall.
I was gonna say that. I hope you know climbing is slower than your movement.
Thanks, big guy. And then I will spend I'm going to spend a key point to use Step of the Wind. I'm just going to jump as far as I can without touching the floor. Just monk hover that shit. Now, does that mean I will land directly on the square that triggers the trap?
1000%.
That's beautiful.
But it'll be a quicker, more efficient, and more amusing way of doing that. So, burning a key point, I believe that allows me to double my jump distance. I don't need a run up because I have the athletic feat. Just need to remember what my jump distance is.
Long jump, number of feet, you're up to your strength score. So yeah, long jump, cover a number of feet up to your strength score. So, what's your strength score?
My strength score is 14, so plus 2.
Okay, so 14.
And double that.
All right, so that's 30 feet. So that puts you, pretty much right at the end of the room.
Okay. Onto this square here, which hopefully doesn't explode.
As you're in the air, roll me a perception check.
Okay, perception 22.
All right. As you are sailing through the air, you notice a familiar wire running around the area where it looks like you're going to land. And
no.
you see it really well, and you're like, oh, I could probably do something about that if I weren't about to land there. And go ahead and give me a dex save. It's a DC 16, but you don't have disadvantage because you did notice the trap.
Oh, 26. Dex
All right,
save.
well that's going to be half damage as honestly, you started this game in rubble. We're going to keep that trend going. A monk leaps through the air and lands gracefully as a pile of stones fall upon him.
Just a bizarre game of shoots and ladders at this point. Or shoots and shoots, I guess.
Call ahead. All right, Klaus, you're up.
Sorry, how much damage was that?
I'm sorry, you get half damage on that. And wait, don't you have evasion?
I do. I think that's only for area of effect we decided the last time I was crushed by rubble.
Your
Okay,
grace
then.
and glory
In
keeps
that
dropping
case-
things on your head.
Half damage of 30 is 15.
Oof, that's still pretty tasty.
And after that, we are back to Klaus.
Okay. I am going to keep sweeping the perimeter here. I see I'm reaching the edge, so I'm going to continue 2 spaces down, and then I will start moving left. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing general perception, but I'll double move just to...
Yeah, go ahead and roll your
Yeah.
perception. Yeah. And while you're rolling that, Steve, there's nothing about that on evasion. Just says, when you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed the saving throw, and only half if you fail.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just say I'm having a bad day.
You forgot that you had evasion for a minute, but you will remember going forward.
We're definitely having a bad day anyway, so...
Yeah, y'all are just... This is the barbarian way of getting through traps. Just detonate them all.
And yet I
Rogue
have
way.
managed not to strike a single one.
You are very much your own barbarian, Bjorg. As for Klaus with his 7 perception, you continue to see roof and ocean, although not as well.
I'm pretty sure they're both there. Okay.
Bjorg Bjornsson.
This is not working, my friend.
And speaking of Bjorg, roll me a perception check.
All right.
See if you perceive the rock falling on your head.
And that is a nat one.
Okie dokie.
I was right. You don't notice the rock falling on your head.
All right, Bjorg. You have moving, and you have action left. What would you like to do?
Well, he's percepted and failed, so I think Bjorg is gonna. Actually, I'm gonna walk straight. I'm gonna try. Let's try doing the Q thing again. Bjorg is moving over to see if he can spot Brandon and help him out.
Okay. You can see Brandon. He has been injured, but we've not really been treating the rubble as like a huge
Okay.
pile up. It's just more of a pain and then an inconvenience.
You've really got to stop doing that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to adopt that strategy.
Speaking of pain and inconvenience, Silas Kane.
It is glorious how this place is casting judgment upon us. Head to there for his first movement.
All right.
Can I slide past here without getting on fire? Or
I'm gonna have to see where. Can you ping where you're talking about?
right there?
No. Going forward that route means going through the fire.
Okay, then let's see here. Then I guess I will stop there and marvel at the singed visage of Fendingo.
Well, Fandango can put on a show because it is his turn.
Silas, how do you like my burnt asshole cosplay?
Oh, that's a fun one.
So, can you ping on the map where I think the pressure area is? More to the point, if rubble falls if rubble falls, am I safe where I'm standing right now?
No.
And The line is basically, yeah, okay, it's
Past
directly
this
south
point,
of me.
you know will trigger it. You don't know how far past. You don't know, like, you don't know if this will and this will, but you know this will and potentially everything past it could.
Okay. First, I want to move over here.
And you're aware that's water.
No.
All right.
I'm aware of very
Yes,
little.
burning and now drowning. It is wonderful.
So the
I
cobblestones
see the water
represent
now.
the end of the solid ground, and the
Okay.
wire was around here, so it is accessible on the solid ground.
Okay. Yeah, I want to cast Mage Hand and yank the wire.
Okay.
Trying to trigger the shit to fall down and not hit me.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
10.
Actually, 5. You still don't have thieves' tools.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also doing it with an ethereal
Yeah.
hand.
Your hand goes in and wiggles about, and you think it might have pulled the mechanism out. It definitely didn't trigger anything, but it might have disabled it. Who's to say?
Well, are there any rocks lying around on the floor?
Presumably you could go back for rubble if you wanted something substantial, or you could fish around in the water to see if some of the rocks that have washed up are noticeable. But honestly, all the big ones have kind of been used as the death rubble.
I'm really just looking for about a 10-pound rock.
Yeah, that's the kind of rock that can hurt a skull, so it's over your head right now.
Okay.
You could, in theory, press down with 5 pounds of force, because you have your mage hand.
Then I want to do that.
Okay.
And 10 pounds of force.
Nice. Or however many pounds of force it has. Do you have enough action? You had to cast Mage Hand and do all that, so I'm not sure you're going to be able to pull this one on your turn.
That's fine. I'll do that next time, while I'm continuing to not die.
That's a generous assessment of y'all's tactics so far.
And yet technically accurate.
All right, Brandon Thighmaster, you have taken several more rocks, both to the ego and to the body.
Oh, my ego's fine. I'll stand up and dust myself off. Now, I don't know if it's the dynamic lighting or not, but am I right in thinking there's just nothing at the end of this room?
You roll me a perception check.
A 6.
Well, man, that's not very high, but luckily you're literally 5 feet from a door. In fact, you're 5 feet from 2 of them.
I can see the doors, alright. It's just kind of a lady and a tiger scenario, except
maybe they're all tigers.
One of these piles of rubble always tells the truth.
One of them steals all your beer.
Maybe they're all lady tigers.
Which are probably the more ferocious type of tiger. Okay, you know what? I could sit here and think about this, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna go to the door that's closest to me, open it, just assume everything will be fine. That's what rogues do, right?
All right.
Correct.
You grab the door.
I mean, I've only got one rogue to go on.
Well, you guys have hit a challenge that is a little bit new to y'all, I dare say. It's locked.
Oh. A little bit underwhelming.
A door that cannot be conquered.
And yet, what will you do?
I guess I'll pick the lock.
With what?
I don't know. I've never seen it done.
Your abs.
Break the lock with your face. I believe in you.
Just, I don't know,
Just flex it open.
Yeah, I guess, I will just key energy strike the lock, or whatever I think is the lock.
Roll me an attack.
Okay. Natural 20.
Well, you're definitely going to hit.
What a fabulous way to
Roll
break
damage.
your hand.
That's 16 damage total. Bludgeon.
All right, that is pretty good. So Brandon Thighmaster rears back and just open palm strikes the thick metal door.
Just call the
And-
fucking subtlety of a Home Alone villain here.
Yeah. Honestly, he does not do much damage to the door. It is thick and metal, and 16 points is not that much in the grand scheme of things. But the dilapidated old surroundings are not quite as well held up. So, although the door is relatively unscathed, the hinges within the wall crack and crumble a little bit at the force of Brandon's blow.
Now, I'm no expert, but I think I am picking this lock.
Brandon Thighmaster, roll me a perception check.
21.
You hear muffled movement from the other side of the door, and a voice go, "Holy shit!"
I thought nobody was home.
I mean, that's how you knock on doors, right? Just wham! Once. That's knocking.
Hello?
You continue to hear muffled movement, very fast, scrambling muffled movement.
I think I ruined your traps, I guess.
Speaking of ruining traps, Klaus, you're up.
All right. I'm starting to feel like I'm just going in a circle here. So, I'd like to investigate the middle of the roof. So I guess I want to go diagonally up and to the right.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I will put you up here, and you can investigate.
Yes.
But I will let you know that as you are investigating, you do finally spot a break in the roof.
Ah, great.
So I've just moved you to the far western side of the tower, where there is a break that leads down into the crashing waters that seem to have flown or flowed into this section of the tower. So you do have the option of going in to investigate, but there's definitely water below. But otherwise, going to the middle, roll your investigation.
23.
Okay. You see the you see the break. You see the water flowing in, flowing out. And you pretty much see, I guess with that, I think that's all you would be able to see at this juncture with the limits of your dark vision.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If low light vision, I believe.
Yes.
As long as I've got any kind of break, I want into this building in a way that those who might be inside are not expecting. Is that what I feel I have?
I mean, it's definitely not a path that's well traveled.
Excellent. I want in.
All right, are you jumping into the water?
All right, I am going to first ingest a potion of water breathing, which I believe I have.
Is that a gentronome potion of water breathing?
All it says is water breathing. I don't know. Let's just say yes, because I don't know where else I would have gotten one.
Okie dokie. You take your potion, and are you leaping down?
Yes.
And do you have anything that negates falling damage?
Probably not.
Alrighty. Ooh, 10.
Nice.
You got a max damage on that one.
All right. That's how I roll.
You do a belly flop, and we will pick up with your exploits on the next turn, because you've done movement and investigating on this
awesome.
one. All right, Bjorg, you are up.
Okay. Did Brandon get through the door?
No. Brandon punched it or hit it very hard and made a loud noise and messed with the hinges, but it's a solid metal door. It's not going down quite that easy.
Okay. Bjorg is gonna walk over to the door
Right.
to where Brandon is, and just be like, "Do you need me to do this?"
Well, I think subtlety's out the window, so
Who's there on the other side of this door?
I don't know. They're being very rude.
Hello, other side of this door. Who are you?
If he leans through the mailbox with a BB gun right now, I'm going to be most upset.
Nobody here but us stones.
What the hell does that mean?
What do I roll to see if he's lying?
Insight is the actual answer.
12.
It's a little sus.
Now, Bjork, he might be talking stone. Either way, he's still being very rude.
I agree. I would like to see these talking stones.
If he can talk, he can open a door.
Would you be willing to open the door? I promise we're not here to hurt anybody. Despite the fact that your house has attempted to kill us several times.
Well, that's what you get for breaking and entering into it.
Well, you raise a very good point.
Can't fault that. We thought it was a ruin.
Well, fuck your decorating too.
Given how much of your home has fallen on me, I did assume it was somewhat dilapidated.
I mean, seriously.
But now we know it's inhabited, we could either stop breaking and entering, and you let us in, or, I'll leave the other option to your imagination.
I'm gonna take the option where you tell Paunch to go fuck himself.
Who's Paunch? That's also not...
Nice try!
That's not a very nice thing to say about either of us.
I'm definitely not Paunch.
Silas Kane.
Well, Silas is feeling a little left out since everybody else has been burnt or otherwise maimed, so he will step partially into the fire there, so he can join Fendingo. So whatever damage that'll be.
That is going to be a 4d10, unless you have anything that negates fire. 27. Ooh, that was a high couple of rolls there.
Quite invigorating.
You are an absolute moron.
All right, step up to Fandingo. Wonder why Fandingo is just standing there, and then step past.
Thank you.
There's a trap directly. Oh, fuck it. Just
go ahead and give me a dex save there, Arrow of the Gods. Or, sorry, Silas Kane.
All right. That would be a 14.
Oh, you have a straight +3 bonus.
Yeah.
I was like, the hell? What?
Yes, yeah, for some reason it doesn't like activate with my rolls, but yes, I get +3 on every save.
Okay.
Roll 20 knows you're not a real paladin too.
Well, that does not make it, but you only take 31 damage.
Jesus. Only.
This is a glorious day for bleeding beneath the gods. Can I keep going, or am I?
I can't believe walking into fire hurt.
I mean, if you have the movement left, sure.
All right, that's a doorway.
It's a door.
All right, well that was moving, so I guess for my action I'll try to open the door.
Go for it.
Okay, try to open the door.
It is locked. And now we're to Fandingo, who probably doesn't have to worry about undoing that trap anymore.
Yeah. Thanks, Silas.
I deserved every moment of it.
No argument here. What's the door made of?
Metal.
And the stone that it's set into looks kind of beat up and fucked up.
Yeah, it's like the rest of this room. I mean, it's still holding together. The walls are standing. The ceiling hasn't collapsed outside the traps, but it's not like if this were new, well cared for stone, the task before you, if you're going for brute force, would be substantially more difficult.
Silas, how badly hurt are you?
I have suffered many internal injuries.
If I blow something up right in front of you, are you going to die?
I think my spleen is ruptured.
That sounds like a yes. Okay.
I can feel my organs shifting inside of me.
He can take it.
Seriously trying to decide how much I care. Not that much. All right. All right, Silas, this is going to sting a little. I'm going to cast Shatter on the door as a level 3 spell.
Okay, let's see.
So that'll deal 4d8 thunder damage to all non-magical objects and every creature in a 10-foot sphere.
Okie dokie.
And And there's Constitution save for half damage for Silas.
10-foot sphere, you said? And it's
Yes,
centered on the door?
Centered on the door.
So then that would also get Bjorg and Brandon.
Oh, goodness.
But I don't have any way of knowing that.
You do not, but I have to know that.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a 10...
10-foot sphere. Okay, then that will, so I guess roll up damage.
And it's a spell. The spell save DC is 16.
Are you trying to make
Alright.
these people feel inadequate about their traps?
Uh-huh.
I mean, so far the traps have done pretty well.
25.
Silas only gets an 11 for his Constitution save.
Did I just kill Silas?
Nope, but you have brought Silas down to 1 hit point.
Oh,
My eardrums have shattered, and now I no longer hear my own blasphemous voice.
God damn it. Why couldn't I have shattered my own?
Bjorg and Brandon, you guys also need Constitution saves.
Okay.
Wonderful. Alright. Brandon rolls an 8.
That's the full 25 to you, sir.
In my defense, I only knew I was going to knock the fuck out of Silas. And really, we all kind of want to do that whenever we get a chance.
Constitution save, you said?
Yes, sir.
That is a 25.
Okay, so Bjorg, you take half, so you'll get 24 and a half, so you get 12 damage.
Okay.
And the door vibrates and screeches, but is not entirely destroyed. The walls are substantially more worked over. There's cracks and chunks taken out of several bits. Again, this is still, stone, so it's not enough to destroy it outright, but you have absolutely weakened its tethering.
Do I hear any screams or swearing that would lead me to believe that I just hurt somebody other than Silas?
I don't think you can really hear anything outside of the screeching of the shatter right now. I feel like that's going to cover any background noise.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Bjorg Bjornsson,
All right. Wait.
something just yelled real loud in your ear.
Oh, that was loud. Bjorg will move over here. Can I look? Is there any holes in the wall I can look through?
No. The wall is pretty well solid, and the most damaged sections are over to your west, where the shatter orb went off.
Okay.
This is where the orb went off.
Okay.
This is where the wall is most damaged.
All right. Bjorg is gonna move over there and see and shout through the wall what? Look, we just want to talk.
Fendingo, it sounds like the barbarian wants to talk.
No, okay, never mind. Wrong wall.
No, I mean, you don't know who's on the
Yeah.
other side of the wall. It's a reasonable thing to
Can
do.
you not blow
You're
us
just
up?
working with the limited information.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I thought only Silas was in range of the spell.
Is he dead?
I got real close.
Oh.
But no.
I am bleeding from every orifice.
More information than I ever wanted.
Every now and then I have the line of there's nothing I can really do in this game that's worse than what you will all do to each other. And I just feel like that's worth touching on here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Klaus is making a mental note to where was that boat again?
Just for the record, I really thought hard about casting that as a 5th level spell, which would have added 2 more D8.
That would have taken
to the
down
damage.
both the paladin and the monk.
So, I showed fucking discretion and restraint. Ha.
Oh. Alright, Bjorg, did you have anything left?
No, I think he's gonna hold. Actually, he's gonna yell towards the door again. So, who's actually there?
Nobody soon!
I don't like that.
Alright, Brandon Thighmaster.
Okay, as far as I know, this guy just called me paunchy and then tried to explode me. Burning a key point for a flurry of blows. It's time to knock
Alright.
a little louder. So, 3, 4, that's a 17, 23, 15, and a 19.
They will all hit a motionless door.
And that is for a total of 36 damage.
All right. So again, the door is pretty well holding up, but between the blast that Fendingo did and your already natural 20 damage to the joints where it bonds to the wall, and you just pounding relentlessly, the multiple strikes work better than the single focused one, and you successfully crack the door open. As basically, you didn't open it so much as you tore half of it forth from the wall, and it's just kind of swinging there.
Is Brandon.
And
Nice.
Perfect.
and inside, you see a living space, so you see a living space, like it's a hovel. There's a bed, a desk with like a few scraps of paper, a kind of a kitchen area, and a very filthy looking old hermit of a man who is shoveling bread into a knapsack off of the altar and sees you come in and goes, "Oh shit! Damn it all!"
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but there is nothing in this room worth defending so vigorously.
Well, we will-
Damn.
That's at least 3 levels of rude.
fucking savage. All right, well, we will pick up with Brandon's turn next. But before we get to Klaus, there is a churning in the water that immediately begins to concern you.
Like a swarm of sharks or something? Or
Well, not sharks.
oh, whatever the fuck that thing
Piranha?
Swarm
Fun.
of kippers.
is. Kippers?
Like sardines?
I guess so, yeah. All right. So you're gonna get bites from 2 swarms. Klaus, do you have all your hit points? No, you don't.
No, I'm
Because
down
of the
10.
falling
Yeah.
damage. Yep. Which means that they have advantage because of blood frenzy.
This is just where, like,
Hard fucking water.
People have been waiting 6 years for one of us to die in water.
A 20 and an 18.
Yes, those hit.
All right. 27 damage.
God damn.
I expected one of you to just try and swim around everything.
That's smarter than anything we've tried.
All right. Klaus, it's your turn, though.
All right, what do I see anything ahead of me, like where the current's taking me into the building?
Here, I will shift you slightly forward so you can see into the room now.
There's a big
Just
empty
because you
bunch of
would
nothing.
you would be able to see that.
Oh, it says swarm of quippers. I thought you said kippers. I thought
I did
I
too.
did say kippers. Is it quippers?
Yeah, I thought the kippers just savagely attack people in real life.
I like that one better.
Yeah, me too.
Neither of them sound so vicious. They sound adorable, but
It's
Well, one of them.
Okay, so Klaus, you can look around and see that this was probably once a full tower. Obviously, it still extends upward. There's walls. Most of the water has come in, but there is a dry land section. And go ahead and roll me a perception.
okay, coming up. Klaus rolls a 12.
You pretty sure you make out the glint of something at the far end, a metal, perhaps a door.
Well, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I just want to get away from these vicious, adorable fish. How deep is the water? Am I wading or swimming or what?
No, you are swimming right now. You don't have an idea how deep it is unless you go investigate.
No, don't care. I'm gonna swim as far as I can toward the dry land. Straight right.
Okay. What is your movement speed, and do you have anything that augments it in water?
My movement speed is 30. I don't know how swimming works.
I believe swimming is half speed.
Okay, then I will move. Can I double move?
You absolutely can.
Alright, so 1,
You
2,
are going to take an attack of opportunity, though.
That's fine. 3, 4, 5, 6. I can move that far. Alright. Have at
Alright.
me.
Does a 16 hit?
No, I have an armor class of 18.
Okay, then they do not do anything on that bonus one.
Good.
Silas Kane.
Well, I will take a look at the door to ascertain the damage already done to it, and then I will try to break it down.
Okie dokie.
Have you ever heard the phrase, physician, heal thyself?
I will go at it with my longsword. How about?
Okay.
That's 2 swipes, an 11 and a 12.
Okay. Rick, is your weapon magical?
The sword? No.
Yes. So just a standard longsword?
Yep.
All right. Boy. Those will both hit. Roll damage. Or yeah, go ahead and get your damage for both of them.
4 and 6, 10 total.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a D100. And I would advise you not to get below 26.
An 80.
All right, your sword is damaged, but it has not shattered. As for the actual damage to the door, you have cut some slashes in it, but you're hitting a metal door with a sword, and you're not really using enough force to drive it back. So no real progress.
Monty Python lied to me.
Do you want to move or anything, or just doing the whack?
Yep. Just futilely smacking the door.
All right, Fendingo.
I suppose I should perform my least favorite action in all of D&D.
I mean,
I'm going to move forward and heal Silas.
you could. You're also alone in a room. Who would know?
The gods are always watching.
Well, I mean, I don't give a shit about that, but Bjorg now knows. So,
Yeah, true enough. All right, go ahead and roll your heal.
I'm going to cast that as a level 5 spell. Cure Wounds. Level 5. That'll be 22
All right.
points of healing.
Suddenly my anus is no longer leaking blood.
Still
Curses.
more information than I ever wanted. To do that, I had to move up towards him.
All right, just go ahead and track
So-
it.
Did you have to put your finger in his anus?
I do not. Just to be clear.
It says touch.
I just have to touch him. I don't have to touch his no-no place. Although really on Silas, everything's a no-no place. Yeah, so I moved. I cast a spell.
Well, let's see what Bjorg Bjornsson is going to do now that there's an open door.
Through the door, into the room, and... What's going on in here?
It appears Ponch's goons have caught up with me. That's what's going on.
I'm not...
But you'll never take me alive. Never!
I'm not a paunch! Who's goons?
You do have kind of a goon vibe.
He kind of actually stops and looks. You actually don't look much like Ponch's usual thugs.
I'm not a thug, I'm a Northman.
Hmm.
Don't say it.
Well, seeing as you're not Ponch's thugs, I suppose you'll be letting me skedaddle out of here.
I'd like to know who you are, at least, and what's going on with this place and why it's trapped all the fuck.
Well, you ask a lot of questions for me in breaking into someone's home.
I thought it was a ruin!
Home is a strong word.
Did the first trap not tip you off you were wrong, or was it the second or fourth?
Ruins are often full of traps. I have traveled a lot. That has been the consistent fact of my life. Find trap, with face, figure out where everything interesting is.
Also, there was nothing valuable here until I walked in.
Nothing valuable. Well, you ain't be knowing the value of knowledge. Oh, God, why do I talk? Why do I talk? Why do I run my damn mouth?
Knowledge. Knowledge. What knowledge do you have?
Ah.
I mean, I'm not a mage. I probably can't use it.
Kind of stops. You boys be outsiders then, not from this island?
What gave it away?
Well, you didn't know who Ponch was, you didn't recognize me, and, how do I put this? You don't have the look of, our local population.
Yeah, probably not.
There's a little bit of a local magical anomaly around here. It leads to a lot of folks utilizing it, and it leaves a bit of a distinctive tell.
What sort of tell?
You know, I'd love to tell you, but maybe at a time when you don't have me cornered in my own bedroom under threat of violence.
I'm not threatening you. I just want
Well, you're standing in my doorway looking awfully intimidating.
I have a sword on my back. It's not drawn. Not threatening.
And as you can see, I am unarmed.
Well, that's not technically true.
Well, I suppose, and we could perhaps be of use. I'm in a bit of a pickle. Whole island is, really. Tell you what, why don't you go gather up your friends and we can have ourselves a good old-fashioned chat. Maybe we can help each other.
This sounds appealing.
Yeah, friends.
All right, and the minute you look away, he runs for the door.
Oh, God.
Stop that horrible gnome thing.
Yeah, this is, let's say if you want to do something, Bjorg.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him. Can I just grab him?
All right, you grab him. Assault! Assault! He's gonna take advantage of me here!
This is not assault. This is
He
just...
wants my knowledge from my sweet brain!
What the fuck?
Dude, stop putting your dick in his brain.
All right, well...
That's not how it works.
While Bjorg assaults an old man, we are going to let this episode of Authors and Dragons draw to a close. We will see what horrors Bjorg visits on this elderly person on the next episode, but don't worry, we are not done for the day just yet. As you know, Joe's been live blogging and collecting your questions over on Facebook. But before we get to that section, we start off with the Patreon folks on the Discord, because, well, that's just the nature of commerce, baby. All right, Rick, what do we got over on the Discord?
All right. Well, first off, we have a request from our friend Shane, who says his brother Corso is out of the hospital. Can he get to a fuck you for in celebration?
Fuck you, get back in the hospital.
Fuck you!
Fuck you. What do you think you're doing out of the hospital?
Fuck you and your health.
Fuck you.
God.
I don't have anything clever about the fuck you, just fuck you.
All right. Well,
you're not cured.
Well, still listening to us, so that's probably true. All right. So our friend Corey asks, why? And this is probably a good one for us. But why does a D&D party actually stay together? Is it the need for adventure, or is it a pure spite?
Bit of both in our case, I think.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else would have us.
Yeah, when you're wanted as a collective group, you kind of have to stay in that collective group.
For at least 2 years, there was a Gaius keeping us together.
Yeah, I suppose the rest is just bad habit.
Familiarity.
Yeah.
I think, like, from stepping back to your classical adventurer dynamics, there's also something to be said for familiarity. And, like, oh, hey, look, these people help me not die while I do incredibly dangerous things. I don't have to like all of them, but I'm not dead right now.
It kind of came with a boat.
I like to go where I'm needed, and I've time and time again proven myself necessary to this party's survival.
Bjorg feels responsible for these misfits.
Silas wants to convert them all or see them all burn in flames.
Also, I've gathered an extensive porn collection while I've been traveling with these people.
Fandingo trusts in Bjorg's ability to protect him from the consequences of many, many of his wrongdoings.
I think Brandon originally just assumed that these people were entwined in his destiny, but don't know if he still feels that way. Or if he's making having some questions about that.
Yeah, when in doubt, hide behind the biggest guy in the room.
All right. Our friend Zach of All Trades asks, how much wastage as an author do you generate? I.e., plot points that end up getting cut, story threads that don't go anywhere, scenes that get deleted, etc.
Oh, that kind of wastage. That's different.
Very little.
Yeah, I mean, before it gets to putting stuff on the page, generally I've burned through all of that stuff. Wouldn't it be great if this happened? Yeah, but realistically, I'm not going to do anything with that. So all that because I'm a very lazy man, basically.
I don't think I have waste as much as I will have things that maybe get taken apart and repurposed. Like, because I do have stories that don't go somewhere sometimes, but if that peters out, I'll still strip it for parts. I'll be like, all right, that's a cool character concept, that's a cool setting concept, and I'll kind of just set them aside. And, as I'm filling out a future project, if I'm like, okay, I need some more cast, that's when you go to the pile of characters and stuff. They're like, all right, with a little reworking, this concept can still work and it can see the light of day, not languish in a project that died on the 5th page.
I need to be better about getting a document that I just shove the extra stuff in, because I tend to have, because I use Scrivener, so in every Scrivener document that I have, there is a folder that just contains extras and scenes, and sometimes there's quotes that I want to use in the book that I don't know where I'm going to drop them yet, and I'll just write them in there when I have the idea. The problem with doing this is that these extras are spread out among like a bajillion different documents that I have on my computer, so I don't tend to generate a lot of waste exactly, but I tend to write some things out of order that just don't end up getting used.
Yeah, I'm a lot like Drew in that, like, if I do have like stories that don't go anywhere, I'll rob their graves for later. And I mean, when I'm editing, I will cut out huge parts of a story, but it's kind of a give and take, because then I'll reach parts where I'm like, wow, this happens way too fast. There needs like more detail in here, like especially like if scenes with heavy emotion. So I'll usually end up like adding almost as much as I take out. So, probably not a ton.
Yeah, very little. Generally, if I write it, it stays in. Maybe enough to make one chapter per book ends up on the cutting room floor. And a lot of that then gets turned into short stories for anthologies and stuff.
I think one of my most well-known characters is an example of me recycling a concept, because Superpowers is pretty well my bigger series among a lot of readers, and Nick is definitely the fan favorite within that story. And Nick did not start out in Superpowers. He was part of a short story collection about modern-day deities that got stripped down and repurposed, and that's part of why his eye coloration is gold. It's just a little nod to where he started, because I often use that as a tell for divine powers in my books.
Nice. Yeah, my Hybrid of High Moon series is similar. Like, Tamara Bentley was originally going to be in Toma Bill, but I couldn't find a place to put her in there. But I really liked the character, and I was like, yeah, I got to use this at some point. So she wanted to get her own series.
All right, we have some interesting ones this week. Our friend Stephanie asks, what is the first movie suggestion you make to a new friend?
Evil Dead 2. It's also the last movie suggestion I'll make to a friend. And all the ones in the middle.
I don't have a uniform answer for that, because it really depends on the friend and on what they like and what I think they would like.
I tend to always suggest the movie Brick. With Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's one of my favorite movies. It's like, I think it's Rian Johnson's first film, and it's basically it's Joseph Gordon. Like, they took a high school kind of sleuth story and layered it over with Dashiell Hammett style noir tropes. Like, everyone talks like, despite being high schoolers, they all talk like they're in an old they all talk like they're in the Maltese Falcon. And it's like a serious detective story, and it's really, really good.
I do take pleasure in watching people see Miami Connection for the first time, so that might be my default one, just because it's always fun to experience someone experiencing that interesting piece of cinema.
I'm gonna go with Top Secret. If people don't like that, I don't want to be their friend.
I think mine is Army of Darkness, because the first time I saw that was with a group, and it just, as much as I enjoy watching it by myself, it's a really great group movie.
That's
Mine's probably The Replacements, just because I really like that movie.
I got one more. Speed Racer. Speed Racer's just fucking good. Alright, so... Okay, here's a fun one. Our friend Casey asked, describe a partner or love interest for your character. I'm a little frightened for Klaus's answer. Jeff.
Short of a scenario where, I don't know, some kind of, I guess, Loki variant scenario for Brandon, he would, yeah. And even then, it'd be a relationship mostly of respect and appreciation rather than any tangible romantic interest.
That's funny because that's kind of the opposite of what Silas would get. Because Silas would only respect somebody who thinks he's utter garbage and is trying to like wipe him off the face of the earth.
I guess Fandingo's answer is just yes.
I suppose Silas's one would still be a variant thing because no one hates Silas more than himself, which is quite the achievement.
Oh, come on. We can all try, though.
I actually wonder sometimes if Bjorg is like ace or demisexual or something, because I swear to God, the guy only cares about adventure.
Sorry, I had to pee. I missed the question.
Oh, describe a partner or love interest for your character. And specific note that they're frightened of your answer.
Klaus loves his member.
The body of a sea bear and the mind of Ron Weasley Jeremy.
All right. Our friend Mark, fuck you, Mark, says, here's a fun one. What is the most enjoyable job you have ever had besides where you currently are?
Oh, man.
I bitch a lot about being a delivery driver. It was hard. I was running a contract by myself, and I was... because I was freelance, they did kind of treat me like dirt and expect me to do stuff that they wouldn't, I think, legally be allowed to ask one of their employees to do. Not in a sexual way.
Maybe a little sexual.
But there were certain days where you'd get a nice sunshiny day and you maybe had a delivery that was a couple of hours away and you'd just be driving through all the country back roads. And it was challenging enough that you'd get some exercise and you could come back from a day like that feeling good. On its best day, it was a nice, I'd say an ideal job to have. It's solitude, the open road, nice scenery, some physical exercise. But that was like maybe like a very now and then day, to be honest.
Yeah. When I was at the very end of high school and also through college, I worked in a liquor store down at the Jersey Shore, and I mean it was a lot of physical labor, but there was really good people working there. It was just a good place to to work. I mean, was I making a ton there? Not really, but it was just I looked forward to actually going in.
Running projectionist for the museum's film series was pretty good because they ran all these old movies, including stuff like the original Night of the Living Dead. So I got to watch cool movies, but then after I saw them once, I could just kind of sit in the projection booth and read.
Mine would be delivering pizzas. I did that for 5 years, and I don't have any real bad memories of it. Even driving around, low stress. Occasionally, got some nice tips, and yeah, and even more occasionally, I got to take some pizza home. Yum yum.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I was for a couple months. I'm trying to think. Choices. I guess for a couple months I was a bundle carrier for the town newspaper in the small town I lived in, and I would basically be up at 2 a.m. and I would go pick up all of the newspaper bundles that were going to be delivered to the paper boys, to the newspaper racks, and to various shops and stores, and I would just drive around town and drop them off. And I had it was shitty in some ways because I was up at 2 a.m. Generally my hours ran from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. But there's something really beautiful about a small town, like in the middle of the night when there's nobody up, especially in the winter when all the Christmas lights are out, and again, there's nobody around. And I was just able to be alone with my thoughts and enjoy the night, and occasionally I would have really bad run-ins with cops because they didn't give us a key to get into the newspaper racks. They gave us a lockpick and slugs, which are all illegal.
That did sound really nice up until then.
Yeah, I had some bad run-ins with cops, but I don't know. Weirdly, I have overall positive memories of the job. And the other job, which is pretty cool, was working in a hospital kitchen. But that was because I got free desserts at the end of the day, and the staff were always up to funny shenanigans.
You know, in terms of enjoying like my time at a job, bartending was pretty kick-ass. You know, because that was late college, hanging out with other bartenders, so just kind of a nonstop partying thing. But truly, the job I enjoyed the most outside of writing was the one I had before I was a writer, where it was a contract thing. It was a very kind of a weird situation, but it was an amazing experience where everything was constantly changing. You got challenged all the time. There was incredible like corporate and financial support on everything we had to do. It was an amazing opportunity because I got to work with people who knew what they were doing all the time. And, you know, when I walked out of that experience, I was like, oh my God, I was challenged, I grew, I learned, I got to work with people who like taught me by being fucking excellent, and I can't go back. I can't go back to the horse shit. Yeah, that one ruined me.
Our friend Luke says, "What is one movie you tell friends to only watch drunk or high?"
Oh, that one's easy. You know, Eraserhead should never be watched sober.
Oh no, I've got
pretty
to.
Much anything we've done on At the Movies.
I watched Eraserhead once after drinking about 20 cans of lager, and I felt awful afterwards. I mean, the 20 cans of lager was part of that, but I've now tied that to the experience of watching Eraserhead, which is already a pretty like, even if you like that movie, it's an unpleasant experience, quite deliberately so.
Now I'm drunk and bored. This sucks.
I guess Crank, I would say, because I played that drinking game in college so much that I only think of that movie in context of drinking.
I can only think of movies that you shouldn't watch while high because, like, I'm gonna say, don't take LSD and then watch Dark City.
Oh, I watched Labyrinth in a theater on edibles, and that was really fun. Highly recommend.
Okay.
I might want to try the LSD Dark City. I mean, Dark City is a great movie, and you should watch it.
Oh, I fucking love Dark City.
But I don't know. Maybe an edge on that would be. I mean, you've got what's his face, Richard O'Brien. Yeah, I think that could get really personal on the right kind of drugs.
I think, yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like it would either be an amazing experience or I would just be looking at Mr. Sleep's face melting, and not sure I'm ready for that.
I'm gonna go with Werewolves of the Third Reich, because then at least you're drunk or high.
Oh God,
I don't think drunk or high would save that.
It didn't.
But if you're gonna watch it, you'll want to be
Just
one
don't
or both
watch
of
it.
those. I'm saying
I feel
if
like
you're
we've
going
accidentally driven too many people to this movie by unintended reverse psychology.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, our whole thing is like, oh no, don't watch it. It's so bad.
I think we love bad. We celebrate. I just mentioned Miami Connection as a thing I enjoy putting people through, but like, there's bad and there's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, don't try to ironically watch Werewolves of the Third Reich. You'll only
No, but I'm saying
yourself.
if you're forced to watch it, then be drunk or high, because at least you got that going for you.
I guess it's like shitting your pants. If I had to do it, I'd rather be drunk while doing it.
or
See, I don't know, because the cleanup is that much messier.
Yeah, I don't ever want to envision myself in a situation where I'm forced to watch Werewolves of the Third Reich. I mean, even for
Nobody
ADM,
wants
it's
to.
only professional courtesy that kept me there. I could have walked away. No one had a gun to my
Again,
head.
if I'm ever going to be in a situation where I'm going to shit myself, I want to be watching Werewolves of the Third Reich, because nobody's going to be there with me.
Thinking back, what a power move that would have been if we had, like, at the 45-minute mark, just called it. Just like, all right, fuck this movie.
The rest of the ATM is just silence. So you could carry on watching it. Fuck you, I'm not.
We're gonna watch an episode of The Simpsons. All right, turn on this episode.
And again, the only ATM movie that has ever forced us to, like, create a new rule for ATM's Rachel's Rule.
Yeah.
Just don't let Rachel pick a movie. Oh no, it was
Don't let anybody pick a movie that they haven't watched first.
Yeah, I think someone has to have seen the movie, or it has to be a movie that we collectively want to see, so we're waiting on purpose.
Yeah, but we immediately broke that rule with Carousel, and that turned out to be like one of the best ATM decisions we've ever made.
That one we did have people in the Discord who watched it and recommended it to us, so we weren't going in cold
fair.
on that one.
Yeah.
But yes, that was an amazing decision that led us to meet Steve Brzezinski and start the Shingles Indiegogo campaign, which is still running right this moment. And you could be checking out. You can go check out all the other stuff on our YouTube channel if you're watching this on the YouTube, or you could go click on it if you're listening via the other podcast formats. You know how the internet works. You're a savvy consumer.
Pretend it's porn and go find it.
Help us to make a better movie than Werewolves of the Third Reich.
God, we should have reached out to that director afterwards just to be like, the fuck, dude.
God. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of Authors and Dragons. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week with a side quest, and then again in 2 weeks with more of the regular game. Until then, bye.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to those who created it, which is us, the people you just heard play the game. Opening and closing themes performed by the Gore Core 4.
Authors and Dragons! Authors and Dragons!
I am bleeding from every orifice.